Operation Sindoor, what the simping Western media and global leftists will never understand. A lot of global leftists and liberals have no clue what India has been putting up with since 1947. They have no sense of Indian colonial and post-colonial history, nor the daily reality of living next to a militaristic neighbor, cozy with another deceitful neighbor, China, that gets away with staging terror attacks on your home soil, facing little repercussions from the Western media or its institutions. India's probably been the most decent and responsible nation on the world stage since the end of World War II when it comes to negotiating conflict. It's never initiated hostilities. Nehru's greatest flaw was his faith in international institutions and in the fundamental decency of nations. Pakistan has never had decency. That's why it invaded and partially occupied Kashmir in 1947 and never abided by UN Resolution 47, which would have paved the way for Kashmir's self-determination. Nehru repelled Pakistani forces from taking all of Kashmir, but stopped short of completely ousting them from India's borders. Since then, Pakistan's been nothing but a breeding ground for cross-border terrorists and war criminals, thanks to billions in aid, first from the US and now China. India, on the other hand, has favored diplomacy and negotiation time and again with Pakistan and China, only to find itself deceived or taken for granted. While these lefties can stay wallowing in their sanctimony and ignorance, because the days of India using tepid diplomatic solutions is over. Operation Sindoor was, if anything, not severe enough. I was angry and disappointed at how soon after the start of operations, the Indian government agreed to this Pakistani proposed ceasefire. India could have kept going. It had momentum. It could have retaken occupied Kashmir after nearly 80 years and degraded Pakistan militarily to the point where it could no longer be a safe haven for terrorists. Why did it accept a ceasefire now, when victory felt so near? What kind of deal was offered by the US and Saudis? Or were the Pakistanis threatening to use nukes, seeing their air bases getting obliterated with ease by Indian missiles? My only hope now is that India plays one last card, the renegotiation of the Indus Water Treaty, something India has been trying to do for decades. Modi should tell the Pakistanis that he won't turn on the tap again until the treaty, which has been deeply unfair to water-starved Punjabi farmers, is renegotiated. On the brighter side, what the operation did prove was that when needed, the Indian war machine, even in its preliminary form, acts like a professional, well-orchestrated and disciplined organization, like a giant special forces unit acting out of a shared objective. They struck military and terrorist infrastructure and minimized civilian casualties. They also proved that their air defense and missile systems, a mix of French, Russian, Israeli, and Indian tech, are top grade. The same could not be said for Pakistan's mostly Chinese hardware. India's restraint and responsible decision-making and its openness to de-escalation in times of crisis is something countries like the US and Israel can learn from, and what global leftists are either too ignorant or possibly too beholden to their Chinese Communist Party paymasters to appreciate.